The honey badger charges straight at its target with a short, explosive burst, sharp and defiant. It does not dominate through size, but through grit, speed, and unwavering reactions. Every close approach feels like a direct challenge to anything that stands in its way. The honey badger is formidable, not because it is large, but because it almost never backs down. The encounter between a honey badger and a lion stands as a striking example of how courage can bridge even the widest gaps in size. Weighing nearly 20 times less than its opponent, the honey badger carries unique biological advantages that allow it not only to defend itself, but to push forward with surprising confidence, forcing the king of the savanna to hesitate. When the lion blocks its path, the badger does not retreat. It moves in calculated zigzag patterns, turning its small body into a difficult target to grasp. At just around 12 inches tall, its core strategy lies in relentless aggression, directing its efforts toward the most vulnerable points. Each forward surge causes the powerful predator to pause, caught off guard by the intensity of such a small opponent. At the same time, its extraordinary endurance and strong defensive scent begin to test the resolve of even the most dominant hunters. The lion recognizes that the nutritional value of this pursuit is far too low compared to the risk of physical risk from a prolonged struggle that could last for hours. It chooses to step back. In the realm of big cats, the leopard represents refined precision. With a muscular build weighing up to 140 pounds, it commands its space through silence, accuracy, and perfectly timed strikes. But today, the figure in its sights is not an unaware young antelope. It is the honey badger, a creature known for its extraordinary tenacity. In a stretch of dry scrubland, the leopard notices a solitary honey badger moving with a slight injury in one leg. To a predator, this appears to be an easy opportunity. But as the distance closes, the pace shifts dramatically. The honey badger responds with intense aggression, pushing pressure back onto its opponent in rapid bursts. That determination quickly neutralizes the leopard's physical advantage. Even when the leopard uses its exceptional climbing ability to gain control, it encounters a remarkable evolutionary trait. The honey badger's skin, measuring up to about 0.25 inches thick, is incredibly loose. This structure allows it to twist nearly 180 degrees within its own skin to counter, forcing the larger predator to abandon the attempt and release its grip. It becomes a costly lesson in limits. Relentless courage has turned the honey badger into a master of survival. It does not simply endure, it turns determination into a force that even the most calculated predators learn to respect. The savanna does not favor the weak, but it often unsettles the fearless. And in nature, some of the most striking moments come from unexpected contradictions. Here, a creature weighing just 30 pounds is about to engage in something that seems almost unthinkable. In front of it, the oryx stands like a pair of living blades, with two straight horns reaching up to 47 inches, turning every step closer into a high-risk test of timing and precision. Yet when the honey badger steps in, the oryx's powerful swings lose their effect against thick skin that absorbs impact and allows it to recover almost instantly. Before the tension can settle, the honey badger creates another disturbance, this time in front of a giant weighing up to 13,000 pounds, the African elephant. A single movement from such a massive body can shift everything around it. And still, the honey badger presses forward, as if declaring that determination has its own territory. Being pushed back several feet becomes only the beginning of an even more persistent response. Holding its ground after impacts measured in thousands of pounds, that is the identity of the honey badger. The line between recklessness and survival genius is sometimes no more than a single breath apart. Nature has equipped the honey badger with a remarkable set of biological advantages. These traits shape one of the most tenacious and unpredictable creatures on the savanna. Leaving the dry mounds behind, it moves into the wetlands, a domain ruled by cold-blooded predators. Here, crocodiles dominate with a bite force reaching around 3,700 pounds per square inch. A single snap from those powerful jaws can end an encounter in an instant. Along the brush near the water's edge, the honey badger stays close to the flank, within a blind spot, to limit the sweep of the heavy tail. It executes short, sharp advances, then withdraws quickly the moment the opponent reacts, conserving energy. This strategy allows it to confront even fully grown individuals weighing hundreds of pounds. When the prize is finally pulled into the brush, the landscape once again reflects the rise of resilience. It is more than a meal. It is proof that a sharp mind can overcome even the most formidable natural defenses. On the unforgiving savanna, there are silent predators armed with venom potent enough to bring down even the king of the plains with a single strike. Cobras and gaboon vipers carry toxins that act directly on the nervous system, overwhelming most creatures. Yet for the honey badger, these feared animals can sometimes become a challenging meal. Facing an opponent capable of projecting venom up to about 8 feet in less than 0.3 seconds, the honey badger chooses a calculated, direct approach. It deliberately enters the danger zone, accepting the risk of a strike to control the snake's movement at close range. Even when a snake positions itself above ground, the honey badger's climbing ability ensures that few targets escape its reach. The secret lies in its remarkable resistance to venom. When the toxin takes effect, the honey badger may become still, entering a temporary inactive state that can last for up to 2 hours. Through unique adaptations in its nervous system, the body gradually neutralizes the effects, allowing it to recover and continue moving. Sometimes, the one that controls the outcome is the one that refuses to step back. And if fear could be measured, this creature carries almost nothing but the will to move forward. Some cravings are powerful enough to outweigh fear. In the natural world, honey is a form of liquid gold, a dense source of energy protected by one of the most coordinated collective defense systems. For the honey badger, the sweet scent drifting from hollow trees is not just food, but an invitation to take on an uneven challenge. When the raid begins, the honey badger faces the full response of thousands of wild bees. Wave after wave of stings builds pressure on the intruder, yet a hide measuring about 0.25 inches thick acts as effective armor, allowing it to endure the swarm. Even under constant stings, it maintains focus, extracting the most nutrient-rich reward. The key to success lies in controlling impulse. It does not linger. Once the reward is secured, it retreats quickly into the shadows. This reflects a practical instinct, accepting pressure to gain energy, but knowing exactly when to withdraw to preserve its advantage for survival. For a moment, set aside the image of raw physical clashes. Each ostrich egg is a difficult challenge that nature places before predators on the savanna. Weighing about 3 pounds, the equivalent of roughly 24 standard chicken eggs, it is a massive store of protein protected by a limestone shell about 0.08 inches thick. Its near-perfect rounded structure seems almost impossible for any small jaw to break through. But the honey badger always finds a way to crack the code. Instead of wasting energy on ineffective bites, it uses the landscape as leverage. With its skillful forefeet, the honey badger rolls the smooth egg toward sharp rocks or solid tree roots. Under the combined pressure of repeated impacts, the sturdy shell begins to show its first fractures. At last, the fortress gives way. The reward for patience is a valuable source of energy that helps it endure in one of the harshest places on Earth. Here, intelligence becomes the sharpest weapon of all, turning the honey badger into one of nature's great problem solvers. In the cold heights of the sky, an eagle descends like a blade of wind. From heights of hundreds of feet, this hunting bird turns the sky into a domain of overwhelming control. Yet behind those powerful wings, where does the true limit of the ruler of the air begin? Or must even the sovereign of the sky risk everything in a single decisive dive? In the remote coastal waters of Malaysia, nature has shaped a striking encounter between two extremes. Beneath the waves, sea snakes carry a powerful chemical defense, an ability that causes most ocean hunters to remain cautious. Yet this safety has a limit created by a basic biological need: oxygen. To refill lungs that stretch nearly the length of the body, these reptiles must rise to the surface, unintentionally revealing their position to the living sentinels patrolling the sky. From above, the white-bellied sea eagle performs a precise dive. Using a swift grab-and-lift technique, the bird raises its target from the water and carries the encounter into the air. Under the pressure of altitude, the snake attempts to rely on its chemical defense, but each response becomes less effective against the bird's remarkable control of space and movement. The secret behind this dominance lies in legs covered with thick, horn-like scales that form armor-like protection against rapid strikes. Across many regions, names such as the brown snake eagle and the short-toed snake eagle have long been associated with this specialized skill. The combination of biological armor and refined instinct turns each encounter into a clear example of adaptation, where the eagle reinforces the natural balance between sky and sea. Across the dry grasslands, the coyote holds its place through agility and sharp jaws. With a weight of about 30 pounds and sprinting speeds that can reach 43 miles per hour, it is known as a master of opportunity. Yet confidence on the ground can sometimes become a vulnerability when a shadow from the clouds begins to pass overhead. When a young individual strays from the group, a golden eagle quickly turns an altitude of nearly 1,000 feet into a sudden dive. Rather than confronting the dangerous jaws directly, it aims for the center of balance to disrupt stability. The encounter often unfolds very quickly, before those below can fully react. In Africa, the warthog presents a different challenge. An adult can surge forward at about 30 miles per hour, guided by sharp tusks and strong momentum. The opportunity usually appears only when a piglet briefly moves away from the group. Using the direction of the wind, the eagle locks onto the target and withdraws at the right moment, as if it has read the rhythm of the entire herd. When temperatures fall below 0 degrees Fahrenheit, the Caucasus Mountains become a frozen maze filled with danger. Here, a mountain goat weighing around 260 pounds holds its position on a rock ledge less than 3 inches wide. It relies on the steady grip of its hooves as a complete safeguard against any threat. Yet in a world shaped by stone and wind, that very stability can become the weakness the sky quietly exploits. During winter, when smaller animals remain hidden beneath deep snow, the golden eagle must look for larger targets. At the same time, mountain goats often grow weaker as food becomes scarce, moving more slowly and becoming easier to notice from above. It does not take long for the eagle to focus on younger individuals that have wandered away from the herd while searching for food. Turning itself into a living arrow, it descends from the clouds at speeds of nearly 150 miles per hour, using an invisible force: kinetic energy. There is no need for a direct confrontation. A precisely timed impact at the center of balance on such unstable terrain is enough to break the connection between hoof and foothold. In that instant, the predator has taken away the mountain goat's most valuable asset: its balance. At the threshold of the clouds, the laws of physics quietly complete the cycle of survival, as gravity guides life back toward the silent stillness of the mountain stone. With more than 60 species found mainly across Eurasia and Africa, eagles have long stood as a symbol of power in the world of birds. Broad wings, extraordinary long-distance vision, a hooked beak, and razor-sharp talons allow the eagle to command the sky with speed and precision. Yet this status doesn't come from strength alone. Agility, balance, and the instinct to strike at the perfect moment are equally vital. In a world defined by altitude and endless open air, each glide of an eagle carries the presence of a creature born to rule the skies. Antelope and deer are true athletes, known for their extremely fast reflexes. An adult can weigh from about 100 pounds to more than 300 pounds, carrying sharp horns and a powerful backward kick capable of causing serious harm. Compared with an eagle that weighs only around 15 pounds, such a target may appear almost impossible. Yet in the natural world, size is not everything. Across the savanna grasslands, the martial eagle has been known for some of the most daring hunting attempts. It may focus on young antelope even while the mother stands nearby. The mother's protective instinct is strong and courageous, yet in the face of a sudden aerial threat, every attempt to shield the young can sometimes come too late. The martial eagle then rises back into the air carrying vital food for its nest, leaving the grassland in a quiet and solemn stillness. Field observations show that the martial eagle does not hesitate to approach animals much larger than itself. Even though the success rate with fully grown antelope remains close to 5%, it still reflects a remarkable survival instinct unfolding beneath the vast open sky. Across the wind-swept grasslands, the fox appears as a symbol of agility. With sensitive ears and skillful concealment, it often leaves rabbits and other small animals with little chance to escape. Yet at times, a strong focus on the ground and the push of hunger can cause its attention to drift away from the bright sky above. Several miles away, a golden eagle watches in silence. With a wingspan reaching up to 7 feet and remarkable vision, it controls the air with calm precision. Within that line of sight, an adult fox weighing around 15 pounds, no matter how clever, becomes only a small figure across the vast grassland. The strike arrives with sudden speed. The fox reacts in surprise, but the distance has closed too quickly. Talons nearly 3 inches long secure their grip before the fox can fully break away. Everything settles within moments. On this open land, the fox's cleverness is sometimes not enough to withstand the precise strike of the ruler of the sky. The Amazon rainforest allows no moment of carelessness, not even a second. Here, primates survive through constant vigilance and collective strength. With each individual weighing around 11 pounds, they are masters of climbing within the dense network of branches and vines. Many groups maintain about 20 members, moving together through the tangled canopy like a single living unit. High above, the harpy eagle watches with patience. It is among the largest and most powerful eagles in the world, specializing in animals that live in the trees, such as monkeys and sloths. Relatively short wings and a long tail allow it to move with agility through the forest, where tight spaces demand near-perfect precision. When the moment appears, the harpy eagle reduces its movement, gliding through the canopy and closing the distance within only a few swift seconds. In an environment where prey often trusts the tall trees as a place of safety, that very space becomes the advantage of the hunter. Within the deep green shadows of the forest, the harpy's strength lies not in display, but in precise timing. With rear talons measuring about 4 inches long, a close approach can quickly bring the pursuit to its end. In the harsh wild, the honey badger stands out not for its size, but for a will that never retreats. Each encounter shows how it can turn disadvantage into opportunity. From dry grasslands to deep wetlands, persistence remains its most powerful tool. In nature, some of the smallest creatures are never easily overcome. If this journey has drawn attention, a like and subscription help continue following the most authentic moments of the wild.